You guys remember this room? Yeah, this is where it all went down. This is where we lost our space mom of space moms. And I gotta tell you guys, the way that things are shaping from a lore perspective, we might have to take out space mom. And that is something that I really don't want to do. Subjectively speaking, I really kind of grown accustomed to Space Mom. Ever since I started my journey in Warframe, she has always been there for us, right? Kind of guiding us through. That's why we lovingly dubbed her Space Mom. And I'll be honest, first time I came into Warframe and people were telling me, yeah, just listen to what Space Mom says and it's gonna be like, hold up, what's a Space Mom anyway? And only after that I understood what they were meaning. Ballas stole Space Mom, and you know what happened to Ballas? Poor Ballas. But I think the whole conclusion should at least be unwrapped during the new war, which hopefully will come 2021. Now, of course, D is known to kind of like off-put things or get delayed by things, but hopefully we're gonna get the new war 2021, and it's gonna be a polished experience, and there will be no bugs and... Yeah, I can hear you laughing all the way in the back. Settle down now. Here's the thing though. I don't want to kill Space Mom. I don't want to take out Space Mom. I want Space Mom to still be a part of Warframe, an ever so present part. And here's a bit of a tip for you fantastic people. If you want to get the Lotus back on your communicator, there's an easy way to do that. You go into options. Yeah, you go into gameplay and here you will find creator mode. Now enabling this essentially hides your email on the login screen, so it's useful for creators like me, for example if you're streaming or something like that. And if you want to get the old Space Mom back, that is also an option you might be looking for. So there you go. I'm afraid of what kind of content we're going to be seeing in the new war story-wise. From a mechanical perspective, I wouldn't worry too much about it in the sense that we will get it, we will analyze it, we will tear it apart, and of course Digital Extremes will probably fix it later down the line. I'm afraid of a Hallmark ending. You guys know Hallmark endings, right? So there's the good kind and the not so good kind. You know the good kind, everybody survives, nobody dies, everybody goes happy home. But that's not always the case now, is it? Here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that, in all actuality, the Lotus never really left our side in the sense that she was always looking out for us. And this whole joining the sentience and the ballast thing and all that kind of stuff was simply a ploy. A part in her plan to protect us, to look out for us as per the usual. And here's what I'm thinking. You get to fight the Lotus in the end. She dies, and right before she dies, she gives you the speech, I did this for you, and just uncovers the whole story and the plot, and cinematic ensues, and big babies like me crying, and oh no, we killed the Lotus. I don't want that to happen. As impactful as that would be from a lore perspective, from a storytelling perspective, and as much as I respect it, I don't really want that to happen. Then on the other hand, the whole, yay, it's over, happy story, nobody died, everybody lived, yay. It's also a bit, it doesn't really feel right, does it? What I would like, I don't know what I would like. Because I started this whole thing asking myself, alright, what would be the ideal continuation to the story in the new war? Because I refuse to believe that Digital Extremes will conclude the story arc. If you conclude the story of Warframe, then why would you even Warframe? The lore in Warframe is highly appreciated by, well, by most of you guys, the community. Every single fan of Warframe that I met was like, oh dude, the story's amazing, check out the story. And don't get me wrong, on a personal level, I like the story. I can even say that I love the story. Okay, to a certain point it was a little bit predictable and kind of phoned in, but this is definitely one of the better stories I have met so far in video gaming. My favorite, by the way, just for all you fantastic people, is the Blood Omen / Legacy of Kain series. Now, you gotta be a little bit older as a gamer to remember that one, and if you are looking for a good storyline and storytelling, and you don't care about how games look, you just care about the lore aspect of it, try that series. Now it's gonna be difficult to play the original one. It was 2D. What was it called? I think it was Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Yeah, that was the first game in the series. You can't really start with that. It was 2D. There wasn't a whole lot of storytelling, but the rest of them, the Soul Reaver and Blood Omen 2, and of course Legacy of Kain Defiance, that was the last one. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic story. Trust me. They're old games, but you might like them. Getting back on topic, I'm simply forced to ask you guys once again, what kind of ending or what kind of continuation to the story do you expect? And not only what do you expect, but what would you like? How would you, if you were the writer, director, if you were the guy, okay, again, you are the guy, put yourself in the position of the guy. You got hundreds of thousands of fans waiting on the continuation of this story, no pressure. What do? How do you continue the story of Warframe? How do you continue the story of the Lotus, of the Tenno, of the Sentient, of this absolutely unbelievable universe? In a way that not only are you satisfied with it, because at the end of the day, you gotta be satisfied with it. If you're not as a creator, then going forward, it simply saps your creative juices. And you're gonna come out with less great things. So you gotta be happy with it. But of course, you also got to take into consideration what your audience thinks of it. Alright? What do people want to see? What is my audience? Do you even know your audience? So, if you really dive deep into questions like this, you kind of get lost. You know, the more questions you answer, the more questions pop up. I mean, you answer 1 and 15 pop up. So I don't know. I don't know how I would continue the story. What would be the quote-unquote optimal way? And if is there such a thing as an optimal way in an artistic field such as this one? I don't know. Which is why I'm asking you, fantastic people. Of course, when I'm not good enough to come up with an answer, I gotta ask you. Because you know what? A couple of thousand heads are hopefully better than one. So, while intents and purposes, my friends, let me know in the comment section down below. How would you continue the story? What would you do? Would you kill the Lotus? Would you imprison the Lotus? Would you make her some kind of eternal symbol? Would she still be present in our day-to-day activities? Would that even be a possibility? Was she behind a plot to simply help us and help us evolve and go to Duviri or something like that? Or was she simply corrupted or turned back to the old sentient way and she doesn't care about us anymore and we're just simply gonna take her out? That to me is shallow. The obvious route. Okay, she was a sentient, yeah, she turned back, yeah, let's go get her, yeah. That to me is a bit of a shallow route. I don't think Digital Extremes will do something that simple, that predictable, and somehow that played out. I don't think so. On the other hand, honestly, I wouldn't really want to be in the shoes of the writers. I wrestled with this question for a couple of hours and I came up with nada. Nothing that would legitimately satisfy all points of view. Then again, on the other hand, it's also true you can't exactly satisfy everybody. And I should know that firsthand. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And by all means, I'm really looking forward to reading your comments on this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!